Hi beautiful souls, my name's Kim and I help people find happiness through awareness of themselves. Today I'd like to share with you my 3 top tips for breaking through to happiness. Tip number 1, live in the now. We have thoughts going through our heads, normally 24/7. I know I used to. Often the same thoughts over and over on a loop all throughout the day. Getting on one bad thought in the loop could destroy a whole what would have been a happy day. So we also tend to dwell on the past. We look back at things that happened in our lives, things that we should have, and think back at the things that we should have said and done in that situation, and we beat ourselves up for not having done it right in the first place. We also worry a lot about what's coming up in the future. The future's not here yet. We can only do so much planning, and often we find that what actually happens isn't anything like what we've planned. And the past is something that's already happened. We can't change it, we can only learn from it. So dwelling on it achieves nothing. We put a whole heap of energy into something that's already happened that we can't change, and when we're anxious about the future we put a whole heap of energy into something that probably won't even happen. So ask yourself, what is wrong right now, right in this moment? Often it's nothing, but you might say, well, such and such is coming up, I've got to be prepared for this disaster I see. And okay, plan for the future, that's absolutely fine. But once you've done that planning, there's not much point putting any more effort into it than you've already planned. But once you've planned for it, try and stop your thought process there. Don't let the same thoughts go round and round and round. You're just putting energy into the same thoughts over and over. So what is wrong right now? Right now for me, yes, there's problems and there's things coming up, but right now the sun's shining, the cicadas are singing, lovely day here in the southern hemisphere, it's nice and warm, first day of autumn, and there's nothing wrong right in this minute. I'm fed, I've got a roof over my head, it's a lovely sunny day, the cat's sitting at my feet while I film this. There's nothing wrong in this moment. The moment is fine just the way it is. So if we worry about the future and about the past, we miss out on the moment. And the moment is all there is. There is only this moment. The past is gone, the future's not here. There is only now. So if we try and look for the good in the now, be grateful for what there is in the now, then we can have happier moments in our lives instead of bringing the past and the future into the now to make the now unhappy. Often people will say, but I can't stop thinking of the past, I can't stop worrying about the future. I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and just identify a thought that's going on in your head. It might be that this guy's a Fruit Loop, and you may well be right. But once you've identified a thought, you notice that there's something that observed the thought. There's a part of you that's not sitting there doing the thinking, that it's able to observe the thoughts. And that's the real you, that's your consciousness. If you can observe your thoughts, then you can decide not to listen to your thoughts. You can realise that your thoughts are not you and they're not in control of you. They will pop up seemingly out of control, but you can just let them go. You can observe what they are. Once you observe them, you can decide whether you actually want to take them seriously or not. You can start to examine your thoughts and see if they're working for you or not. So how do you do this? How do you observe your thoughts? Well, you've got to get your mind to be a bit quieter. And really good ways of doing this are through tip number 2. meditation and mindfulness. A lot of people say they can't meditate. They've tried it and their thoughts just won't shut up. And mine don't. I very rarely enter a meditative state because my thoughts won't let me. But what meditation has allowed me to do is quiet my mind enough and to separate my consciousness from my thoughts, to realise that I don't have to listen to my thoughts, to realise that I can observe my thoughts and let them go. So when I meditate, I just close my eyes, focus my awareness on my breathing, and when thoughts come, I observe them, I thank them, I let them go, I return my focus gently to my breathing. And I just keep doing that. And the gaps, it becomes easier and easier to let the thoughts go and to not take them seriously. And the gaps between the thoughts grow and grow over time. The other thing you can do to develop your consciousness is anything creative. I like fixing things, making things in my workshop, and that allows my mind to focus on the one thing, which is building or fixing whatever I'm doing. When you're in that flow state, that is actually a form of meditation in itself. So you're being conscious of what you're doing and leaving your thoughts less space to intrude. Your thoughts are focused. They're focused on solving whatever problem is in front of you. You'll find if you've ever had to call 111, 911, whatever the emergency number is in your country, you'll find you're focused on the emergency. You don't have those thoughts coming into your head because your mind's got something important to do. It's when your mind's got nothing to do and it just runs off by itself. Mostly we're not aware that our mind is a tool and that we have the power to use our thoughts. We allow our thoughts to use us. The other thing you can do to develop awareness is mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a creativity thing. It's giving your mind something to focus on. You can be mindful while you're going for a walk. Be mindful of how your body is moving, how your feet are touching the ground. Be mindful of the noises around you, the trees and the vegetation. Whatever's happening around you, be mindful of that. Just be conscious of everything. Just be conscious and observe. Observe any thoughts that come into your mind, and just like meditation, thank them, let them go, return your consciousness to your walking, to your environment. My third tip for today is accept what is. Often we fight the things that are happening to us. It might be something that's not fair or you think shouldn't have happened, and you may well be right. In an ideal world, it's probably not fair and it probably didn't happen, but it doesn't stop it having happened. It doesn't stop it being real now. So if you accept it, you stop fighting it. You clear your mind for some happiness to come in. You are then able to live more in the now, not dwell on the past or worry about the future. Will it matter in 5 years' time? Probably not. I can't remember most of what upset me, a few weeks ago, let alone things that happened 5 years ago. So if it's not going to matter in 5 years, it's probably not worth worrying too much about now. So accept it, let it go. I thought I'd give you a bonus tip for today. The bonus tip is always remember you don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body and a mind. Shakespeare said all the world's a stage and all the men and women are only players. You're just playing at being human. You're playing at having a body and having the experiences in your life. We're here on this earth to learn through our experiences. So if we can learn to remember that we are a soul just having a human experience, then we can look at our lives from a higher level. look for the learnings in it. We might be going through a tough time, but if we can learn to say, what's life trying to teach me in this moment, then it helps us not become so fixated and upset on details. Always remember, regardless of how hard life seems to be at the moment, nothing lasts forever, including life. So live in the now, accept what is, find yourself and your peace through meditation and mindfulness, and enjoy life as much as you can. That's all for today. If any of this resonated with you, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. That will let you know when I release more content. And love and light to everyone. Peace, love and mung beans.